Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. We're going to rapid fire through a lot of this stuff. There's so much information going out in the community right now. There's only so much that I can cover in this video and I have to go. So we're going to start right here with Tom Emmer says, interesting, Gary Gensler runs to the media while reports to my office allege he has helped Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX work on legal loopholes to obtain a regulatory monopoly. We're looking into this. So when I quote tweeted this, I sent a bunch of eye emojis because it's like, oh boy, the pressure is really on. Heat is real for Gary, which is huge. We want to continue to apply that pressure. So coming over here, this is some news from FTX as well. So if this is accurate, it says former FTX employees say that Sam Bankman-Fried is missing and most likely on the run. So do we have another Do Kwon from Terra Luna situation going on here? I don't know, but I'm just kind of reporting the news and this is kind of what's happening. This is from Watcher Guru. Just in, Sam Bankman-Fried seeks up to $9.4 billion to rescue FTX, Reuters report. So I honestly don't think anyone's going to touch this with a 10-foot pole, to be honest. If they do, I mean, they're going to be taking on, it sounds like, a lot of shady things that happen in the background. So I don't know. It's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. Obviously, you saw, if we come over here to CoinGecko, the market took a fat dump yesterday, but we're having some slight recovery here, especially XRP sitting at 39 cents when it was just at like 32 cents after the massive dump yesterday. Continuing on here, this from Watcher Guru as well. It says, breaking Tether frees 46 million USDT linked to an FTX address at the request of law enforcement. So really the pressure's on, man. This Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX debacle has really, put a big footprint on the entire market. And it was quite evident yesterday. And now that you have like Chairman Gensler and the SEC, all of a sudden stepping up and trying to so-called fight the good fight to so-called protect investors, it's quite silly. It's almost like a cohorted effort to set this agenda to fulfill their narrative. This is from Watch Guru as well. It says Sequoia Capital to mark down its 213.5 million FTX investment to zero. You talk about ouch. That is just detrimental. Look at that. Big money lost there. That's crazy. Coming over here from Library, it says Sam Bankman-Fried spent 31 million on politicians last year. So lobbying, and we've talked about this on previous videos. We've spent zero. That's the difference. So he's talking about, obviously you have the SEC had just beat Library in the Library versus SC case, and completely, in a sense, demolished that business of Library, which they were trying to be, just, and they tried to do things the right way as a blockchain company, and they got stomped on by the SEC. But Chairman Gensler and the SEC wasn't going after Sam Bankman-Fried and them, or, Do Kwon and Terra Luna and Celsius's and the Voyagers of the world, but they're going after Ripple, Library, and projects that are trying to do the right thing. So much for investor protection, right? Why do you think everybody's running offshore to start their blockchain companies? So remember, we covered this yesterday. This was Digital Asset Investor had put this up, talking about Chairman Gensler meeting with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, on the taxpayer dollar. So it says, why do you think SEC hasn't celebrated that Library ruling? The smartest move they made is not celebrating it at the same time real serious fraud was going on. Gary Gensler and the Fed were busy meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried because he donated so much money. Too bad he may have given FTX customer money, meaning the money that was coming in from the customers, it was given, donated to, Chairman Gensler and the SEC as in a lobbying tactic to get that monopoly within the market. And the fact that Chairman Gensler hasn't came out with one of his videos, touting, the SEC did this and we stopped this and that, celebrating as he's saying, it's because of this big situation that's happening with Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. It's kind of crazy. We can definitely expect some sort of hoorah video from Chairman Gensler coming soon, but hopefully Tom Emmer in Congress really, stomps on them how they're trying to stomp on the industry. This from Digital Asset Investor and John Deaton. It says, investors lose billion as Sam Bankman-Fried, a guy who's having meetings with Chairman Gensler. What was all that cop on the beat talk? So that's when Chairman Gensler says, they're a cop on a beat trying to stay ahead of the industry. John Deaton says, I tell you what the meetings were about. Sam Bankman-Fried and Gensler discussing a way for Sam Bankman-Fried to sell out the crypto industry and gain regulatory advantage for him. This is why this all started. CZ found out he was offering regulatory sacrificial lambs and pulled his card. Really think about that. CZ, straight up on a tweet, which we covered in our previous video, pretty much called Sam Bankman-Fried out, going behind, industry leaders' backs, pretty much stabbing them in the back, but, putting on this face, for, the superficial, aspects of the market. Crazy, man. So this from Digital Asset Investor. I'm not going to play this video, but I highly recommend you come and check out this 2-minute video. He says, while 75,000 XRP holders suffer through an SEC versus Ripple lawsuit at the hands of Chairman Gensler, FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried is meeting with White House officials and Gary Gensler himself. This country is broken. Really think about that. The SEC is there, paid by taxpayer dollars to protect the investors. And they can't even do that. They can't even give 75,000, XRP investors the time or day to even respond to their issues and their concerns based on what happened with litigation with Ripple versus SEC. But he can meet with, Sam Bankman-Fried and the like. Talk about, an ass backwards situation there. This is from Ben Armstrong here. It says, he's responding to Crypto Bull, which says, while Bitboy Crypto was busy protecting investors, Gary Gensler and the SEC were busy meeting with FTX and suing Ripple, the most transparent company in all of crypto. I think it's fair to say the system is broken. Ben Armstrong from Bitboy Crypto says, don't worry, Gary. As soon as I'm done with Sam Bankman-Fried, we are coming for you. And that's in all caps. We have an army and we will not be stopped. Let's make sure he sees it. And he at Gary Gensler. And I think let me go ahead and do it while I'm here. Let me join this here. Where's it at? Right there. So I had to comment that in and make sure that, we make a little tidal wave with that. But coming on over here, Bitboy or Ben Armstrong says, rumor is Justin's son being extorted by Sam Bankman-Fried, telling FTX it will support it if Alameda stops dumping USDD. If it continues, it could depeg USDT. Old Yeller is rabid right now. At some point, it's time to put the dog down before he bites everyone in the family. Oh boy. He's all over it. And he was talking about, he put up another tweet talking about he gained like 13,000 followers. And obviously he's been, you talk about a cop on the beat. Ben Armstrong has been on, Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX and, the rest of the group members within that, that cohort or whatever. He's been on top of them and literally telling us to wake up, protect yourselves. You think that this guy's good for the industry, but he's not. And he's been saying it clearly. He was right. And now look, he's getting so many followers from his facts and his research. And he's saying he has so much more information ready to surface to literally put him down. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how things unfold. I'm going to end with this one here. This is on the Ripple versus SC case. So remember, we talking about a lot of the amicus briefs that's supposed to come in before the deadline. It says the New Sports Economy Institute, or the NSEI, has filed a motion to file an amicus brief in support of the SEC. So we'll see, man. We'll kind of see how things play out here in regards to the Ripple versus SC. People are saying that Ripple is the last line of defense for the crypto industry, and I truly believe it. It's truly going to set a strong and profound precedent for the entire industry. So we got to make sure we do everything in our power to fight the good fight with Ripple right alongside of them, just like the XRP army and the class action lawsuit of 75,000 more have been doing. But that's the update I have for you. I got to get out of here. Make sure you come to the Crypto's Key Conversation YouTube channel. Subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Crypto's Key 1. I really appreciate you guys' support. Like I always say, stay strong out there and be safe.